Alright guys, it's day 8 of the painting challenge. Yesterday you saw that I just barely had time to get anything up, and kind of in the same boat today. And so what I've elected to do is to paint at the same time as I make my video. I've done this a little bit before, but today I'm just doing that. I'm doing it because in less than an hour I need to be at my son's daycare and help watch the 2-year-olds, which my younger son is sitting with, because the 4-year-olds are having a Mother's Day lunch for all the mommies, and one of the other teachers down in the lower school with the younger kids has a child in the 4-year-old kids class, and so they asked me, ye old stay-at-home dad, to come and help with the 2-year-olds, which will be fun. I like hanging out with the kids because they are so crazy full of energy. I mean, if you've never been around a 2-year-old who is running on all 12 cylinders, and you really need to try it out once. It is hilarious and will make you feel old. Ooh boy, this Adeptus Battle Gray I think is dead. So let's find us another dark gray. I think I've got a couple around here. Gunmetal gray, steel, neutral gray, neutral gray. But anyway, yesterday was a fun day. I'll put this up here. I cheated a little bit and painted a model that was not on my to-do list. We were watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Downstairs, and so I worked a little on my Minoth Crusader Jack. Big old behemoth of a thing, which is nice. I'll be back over there in just a minute. I put that stuff. There it is. Ha ha ha. Fortress Gray. Bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-bum. Yeah, all right. There's a secondary gray I could paint on there. The battle gray is going to have to go into the bin because it are dried out. I may be able to rescue it at some point. But anyway, there we go. Ah, that's the way paint should look like when you open the bottle. Yeah, I didn't get much painted yesterday, so I'm painting a little bit today. Maybe do about 10 or 15 minutes. I'm going to paint my goal is to paint the back of his cloak here. It's a nice fur, so I'm going to paint it a nice wolf gray. Pretend like he stole it from the Fenrisian guys up north, and the priests of Ulrich. I won't tell them that because then they'll come and crusade against him. I'm going to plan to paint that, and I think I'm going to paint the upper part here, Deneb stone, and kind of go for a. No, I'm still not sure what I'm going to do with that. That's just. Who the heck wears a giant headpiece into battle? I'll tell you who, the King of Bretonia. What a nut. But, and again here, this is what I use. I use Tester's Model Master Acrylic Thinner. These bottles, like I said, are $8 each at Hobby Lobby. And it has taken me, I'm almost done with the first bottle I bought 2 years ago. And I have 2 other bottles because I keep thinking, oh, I'm running out. And then I buy it, and then months go by, and to the point where I've forgotten I had bought another bottle when I thought I was running out. And now I have 2 extra bottles. But I'm painting this lower part first because it will get dry brushed. I'm going to wash it probably a brown and then dry brush the original gray over top and then a lighter gray. And I'm also going to wash the armor as well before I go to the place that has all the kids. Daycare there, that's what they call it. But today is day 8. I didn't do my day 7 stuff because, again, a 1.5-minute video, you don't have much time. And then right when I turned it on, you heard my wife say, are you done yet? Which is the prerogative of wives to ask their husbands if their husbands are doing something that is not on the wife-approved list. And husbands, as is their duty, say, "Yes, dear," and go and do what is told of them. Sometimes. At least all the good ones do. At least that's what I tell myself. But yesterday's was you know, day 7, it was the oath of the moment was the big thing to do for day 7. There were some other bits and pieces, but the oath of the moment was, you know, I'm not able to do the level 4 fluff just because I don't have the time to put into it, unfortunately. I do have my fan fiction almost finished, and I'll post that up for all 3 of you guys who will read it. Wonderful little jaunt of a sister of a battle as she travels under an underhive, looking for heresy, dun dun dun, because that's the only thing you ever do in Warhammer 40k. But so the oath of the moment is I will have King Leon finished and on his mount by Friday next week. By the time it's day, let's see, whatever, day 8. Day 8, so it'll be day 15. I will have King Leon finished and on his mount. If I can swing the time, I may get it done by day 14. But day 15, I am safe to say that I will get my King Leon finished. And if I do it earlier, then Nagash will get his comeuppance fairly soon. There we go. That's going on pretty quick. But then again, the Games Workshop Foundation paints, or their base paints, is what they call them now. Just, they are amazing. Oops, let's put it over here on the camera. They are simply amazing paints, and they cover well. You know, I mean, that's just a dab with a little bit of thinner on it, and the thinner just makes it run a little bit smoother and keeps it from drying out. And, you know, and I mean, look how quickly that paint covered the under part of his cloak. It's just beautiful. And there's a couple little bits of fur right here. Yeah, I ran to the gym today. Actually ran at the gym today. Ran 1.8 miles in 21 minutes, which for me is pretty good. My youngest brother always laughs at me. That's usually his 3.5 mile time is 21 minutes. But I was always pretty good at sprinting. It's this long distance running I'm not very good at, because one, I find it boring, and like today my biggest enemy was the pollen count, because as I ran, the longer I ran, the more it felt like I was running through a locker room full of that damp feel in a locker room where the showers have been running and you just can't get a full breath because it's so hot and humid. But well, look at that. Yeah, base coat is almost completely on. Should I do brown or black wash on this? We'll find out, because you can always paint over it, Daniel. But that's my oath of the moment. The day 8, the question for today is, if I was bitten by a radioactive platypus, what superpower would I want to have? And that is a really good question. Again, you can't combine superpowers. You can't double up, that sort of thing. You know, because I would cheat. I would say I would like to have Superman superpowers, because Superman has all of it. You know, but I wouldn't want super speed, because I would eventually run into stuff and die, because you really need to be invulnerable if you're going to be running at 500 or 600 miles an hour, because you slam into something in your normal strength, death. You don't want to be super strong. Well, I mean, super strong would be pretty cool, but again, I mean, you're picking up a tank and you get a cramp and you drop the tank on you. If you're super strong and not super invulnerable, you die. I mean, super intelligence, I've already got that. I mean, come on. But, I don't know, super intelligence. We'll hang on to that one. That one might not be bad. Though I think actually that would be pretty depressing, because we really don't think about how cognitive dissonance gives us happiness. Because maybe if you were super intelligent, you would figure something out that would make nihilism the most appropriate philosophy ever. And you would just say, really isn't worth it. And you just kind of just tune out for the rest of your life and wait to die. So that's a danger for that. Okay, there we go. That's all done for super intelligence. But still, that's the front runner. Invisibility would be fun until the girls bump into you in the locker room, and then you've got a lot of explaining to do. That's a bad joke, so I won't make it again. No, actually, invisibility would be kind of fun. Though, if you became truly invisible, your retinas would be invisible and reflect no light, and so you would be blind while you were invisible. I remember reading that in a book when I was a kid. They had this stopwatch that would turn you invisible, and all light would pass through you, and it passed right through your retina, so you could not see anything. And you would be like, oh no, I can't see. What's going on? So, that would suck. Boy, howdy, I'm being very pessimistic today, aren't I? Let's see. I need to get the Nolan oil. What superpower? Why not? I guess, I don't know if it would count as a superpower. No, so it wouldn't count as a superpower, so I won't use that one. I was going to say to be able to reach into my pocket and pull out as much money as I ever needed every time I needed it. You go to the store and there'll be $55.65. You reach into your pocket, you pull out exactly $55.60. You go into the Lexus dealer and you say, I need one of these cars right here. Oh, that's $65,483.22. And you say, okay, let me reach into my pocket, and you pull out that to the penny. But that's more along, like I said, that's more along like the wish line. The old joke that goes along with that one. I won't tell you that joke because it's a little risque. Yeah, I may tell it to you later, but not right now. But again, that's a little bit of Nolan oil. Lamian medium, which is a great thing. I may get some generic wash. Medium. So, because the Lamian medium, that's $4 for that little thing. And if you're doing a large area, you really don't want to spend that much money. Though, if you're doing a large area, you may want to go with an oil wash, and that's where you coat everything in gloss coat. You can get, if you ever watch Dr. Faust's painting clinic, he uses Pledge with Future Shine as his gloss coat because it's essentially an acrylic gloss varnish. And you can buy it for a gallon for like $5-6. But he runs it through his airbrush and puts it on his models. That's looking pretty good. But back to the superpower. What would I like to have? I think I will go with super intelligence. Ooh, no, I remember. I would like to be able to speak and read every language known to man fluently. I had forgotten about that one. That would be my superpower. That as soon as I hear a language, I can master it. And as soon as I see the written script, I can read it. That would be my superpower because, that would be so awesome. And to know all the nuances of different languages, there we go. There's my superpower. I will claim that one. And if anybody has made it this far in the video, kudos to you because, this is at 14 minutes. It will probably still be uploading after I bring my kids back home from daycare. And I just got a text too, probably from that boss of mine. She sure knows how to keep me busy. Again, that's also the prerogative of wives. Keep husbands busy because Honestly, if you don't, I mean, we husbands can be kind of lazy. At least I am. That's why I never got a husband. I got a wife. Ha ha ha. Dun 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 dun. Shh, bad joke again. But again, yeah, okay, that looks really good. That thin down black wash on the gray. Oh, and if you listen, you can hear my big puppy barking. He's calling out to Daddy for Daddy to come get him out of the horror that is the backyard. Because, you know, he totally didn't want to go out there really badly about 10 minutes ago. Yeah, my dog has the invisible in-ground fence to keep him from running away. Though the fence died a few months ago, and he was sneaking out and going and eating my neighbor's dog's breakfast that were out on the back porch. He would go over and eat those and then disappear. And there was a lady who down the street who he would go to her house, and she would go, "Oh, you poor puppy, here, come here." And she would trick him. Well, she would entice him to come to her by giving him food. So he would get like 4 or 5 breakfasts every morning that he would get out. And we had to eventually put a stop to that and get a new fence put in. But well, all right, I have rambled for almost 17 minutes now. So I hope everybody is doing well. Alternative artist, I really like your videos. I haven't watched the 4th one yet. I'm going to get to it. So even though it'll take you long to get them put up due to your countrification, which I sympathize greatly with you in the living in the country. Well, and I envy you too, because the country is beautiful country. But Joshua, your samurai are coming along well. Tori, I really like your Grey Knight samurai. I mean, that's just some awesome stuff. I know I've shouted out to all those guys before, so those don't really count as shouting out. But anyway, the biggest challenge for this challenge for me is getting to watch as many videos as I would like, because reasons, and because 2-year-olds and 4-year-olds do not understand that when you turn your camera phone on and you're watching videos on painting challenges, you don't want to switch over to Thomas the Train. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a good Friday morning or afternoon or evening or even Saturday or Sunday or whenever it is you get around to watching this. Have a good one, and happy Mother's Day to everybody who celebrates Mother's Day. Adios.